Adam tweets, is there any truth behind a Jaws remake? I hope not.
I do know there was some talk about it, and it's one of those things. Jaws is so awesome, but the setup of it, the basic construct of the story is great too. You could do a Jaws remake. I mean, that movie's now what, like 35?
Almost 40.
Almost 40 years? Was it 75? Oh my goodness. So it's 40 years old. You could do it. You could do it and do it right and make a great movie out of it, or you could do it and do it wrong and it becomes a shame. Like you mentioned, my whole thing is I don't care if you make a bad remake because I'll still have the original anyway. You could do something good here, but even though I've heard there have been talks about it, I've heard nothing definitive. I don't think we're close. I honestly don't. I don't think we're close to getting a Jaws remake. Have you heard anything?
But I got an idea. Let's do a Jaws remake, but don't make it a shark. Make it about an old magician. And then the old magician does a dance on the Santa Monica Promenade and then just watches the baseball game.
Just call it Jaws.
Yeah, and then you call it Jaws.
I would go see that.
Jaws and the holograms.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah,
Jaws and the holograms.
Jaws and the holograms.
I hope not. That movie shouldn't happen, a Jaws remake.
I think a Jaws remake should happen.
Oh,
Yeah.
you guys, what's wrong with you guys?
Yes. And you know what? I mean, there's no reason why even Spielberg shouldn't sign off on it, you know? I mean, because he didn't write the original book. That's Robert Benchley or something.
Yeah.
He wrote Jaws.
But it's going to be a CGI shark this time around. You're going to see the shark so much. There was such a when they lost that.
Look, you know,
you're making assumptions.
Yeah,
though.
you're making
I
assumptions.
cannot
hate on stuff because if in that case I would be like, oh, whatever happened to that Desi Arnaz, The Thing from the 50s? Yeah. I hated John Carpenter's movie that came 30 years later. You know, you just can't. You cannot like say you can't make remakes. This is Hollywood.
Not remakes. Just Jaws. Jaws is a different animal. It really is. Just from the problems that it ultimately had on the set led to it being the first blockbuster movie.
But that's
really
the case in so many films. There's problems on set. They had to be creative.
Sure. But it's just this is one. I'm not a guy that says everything shouldn't be remade. Although today I've done it twice. I normally don't do that. But Jaws is just one of those ones. I think there should be a certain untouchable list, and to me, Jaws is one of those.
But honestly, I know this is my fallback position, but honestly, what harm does it do to the original Jaws if they make another Jaws now, and let's say it's terrible. Let's assume that it's terrible. I mean, look, they came out with another Running Man, right? Wait, was it Running Man or what was the one with Colin Farrell?
Total Recall.
Total Recall.
Yeah.
They came out with another Total Recall, which most people totally hated, right?
Yeah, I thought it sucked.
Everybody still thinks of that Arnold Schwarzenegger film when you talk about no harm was
done
to it at all.
And I watched the Arnold one last
wallets.
year, and I was like, yeah, that's the Total Recall. The other one just doesn't even really exist.
Well,
It's just like The
Recall.
Matrix 2
I
and
actually
3.
didn't mind the Colin Farrell Total
But
Recall.
the funny thing is that Total Recall with Colin Farrell was actually more true to the Philip K. Dick story than the Arnold one was, and I love the Arnold one
Right,
more.
But it's like sometimes it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like the book, go ahead and read the book. This is totally different.
Now I know that there's a story. You know that story that's told on the boat about
the USS, the U.S. Navy ship that went down.
The Navy ship. That story has been in circulation before.
Oh, that should be a movie.
That I want to see.
Oh, that should be a movie. Yeah, absolutely.